There are roughly 1.45 million people that have type 1 diabetes in the US, and 64,000 people are diagnosed each year. Type 1 diabetes is a chronic disease in which one's pancreas does not produce insulin. This means people who have diabetes have to use a pump that stores insulin to manually give it to themselves, whether it's before or after a meal, during a high blood sugar, and many other times. Some people also use injections in which they have to give themselves 4 to 8 shots throughout the day. This is the typical needle that would be used in a vial of insulin, and you have to flip it upside down, insert it through here, and you draw out the correct amount. Along with many finger pricks, and this is what they use to prick their finger, and it starts up here, and you click it like that. However, due to recent technology, a thing called a continuous glucose monitor helps with not having to do as many finger pricks as it reads blood sugars 24/7. This is the device that I use to put on my continuous glucose monitor. And then I have an app in my phone that constantly reads what my blood sugar is. So right there, my blood sugar is running a little bit high because I just ate. But I've had type 1 diabetes since I was 4 years old. I went from using shots every day to getting my first pump. Here's a picture of what that first pump I had looks like. It was this big, bulky thing, but it was the coolest thing in the world to me because it meant I didn't have to drop insulin and give shots all day long. I now use a tandem pump that has a cord attached, and it looks like this. And it's attached to me at all times. However, it does unplug for showers or swimming. Typically, diabetes can be classified as an invisible disease. You might assume the kid in your class who shows up late or has to eat a snack mid-lecture is just slacking off. However, you can't always tell by looking at someone that they go through the everyday struggles of being diabetic. For those of you who don't know someone who has diabetes, it might be hard to comprehend the seriousness of the disease. Now I'd like to discuss the long-term effects of diabetes. One major complication that can happen is eye problems such as retinopathy, which in layman's terms is deteriorating eyesight. Every year I have to go to the eye doctor as they check and make sure my blood sugars have been good and that my eyes are still healthy. Other common complications for diabetics are foot problems, sometimes resulting in amputation, nerve damage, kidney issues, and gum disease. These complications are why it is vital for diabetics to be mindful of their diet and exercise often. This does not mean diabetics cannot eat the same way as people without it. It just means that they require more forethought about what they put into their bodies. Finally, let's talk about the why. Why does diabetes happen and how is it caused? Diabetes can be caused by multiple factors. For me, the doctors suspected that I got diabetes from scarlet fever. My red blood cells attacked my beta cells, which are the cells of my pancreas that produce insulin. This happens from the body basically attacking itself while trying to heal me and protect me from scarlet fever. Basically, it went too far and also ended up destroying the insulin-producing process of my pancreas. For others, it can be hereditary or also caused by some type of illness. I know someone that supposedly got diabetes after having chickenpox. To knock down a common misconception, type 1 diabetes cannot be caused by being overweight, nor does it cause people to become overweight. However, type 2 diabetes can be caused by not having a very good diet, which can cause weight gain, and therefore the body has issues interpreting the insulin in their body, meaning their pancreas only works about half the time. Now that we have discussed the who, what, and why of diabetes, I urge all of you to think a little bit more about how the people around you living with type 1 diabetes have to manage a chronic disease that will forever affect their daily lives and those around them.